Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be the general monthly reading for the month of September 2018 for all of the astrological signs. For the reading, I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck by Jennifer Galasso for the main spread, and it's the 10-card Celtic cross spread. If I need to clarify anything, I will use the Zillich Tarot deck. And then the Oracle cards, I'll be using the Whisper of Love deck, and that's by Angela Hartfield, and the Sacred Traveler deck by Denise, Linn. Just a reminder, these readings are general in nature, so the messages may or may not resonate. The only way to get a truly personalized reading with me would be to order a private reading. If you're interested, all of the information that you need to do that can be found in the description box below this video. Another thing that I suggest doing is, besides watching your sun sign video, watch also your moon and rising sign. Many times if the messages in the sun sign video don't resonate, you might find that for that month, the messages in one of the other videos resonate, better or more for you, or by listening to all three videos, you have a more complete overview of what might be coming up during the month. Also, just to let you know, the way that the videos, the way that I've started doing them now each month, it's based on, the video that had the highest views from like the previous sort of either mid-monthly or monthly that I put out. So for this one, I looked at the mid-monthlies for the month of August. I start off with that particular sign. So for the month of August or mid-month August, Libra, Aquarius, and Cancer had the highest views. So that's who I am beginning with, okay, just so you know. Also, be looking out for, I did post the winner for the last month's giveaway, the full moon giveaway. If you're interested, be watching out. We will have another full moon giveaway at the end of September for the full moon happening then on the 25th, the full harvest moon. All right, I think as far as announcements go, that is it. So I will say goodbye for now. We'll see each of the signs in 1 second for your reading. And just know that I am so very grateful to all of my subscribers, for everybody who leaves comments, who likes my videos. It really does mean a lot. All right, see you in 1 second for your reading. Hi Aries, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your September reading. As you can see, I have laid the cards and done everything sort of off camera to save a little bit of time. So let's jump into your reading. You have at the center of your reading the 9 of Cups. And it is crossed by the 6 of Swords. So beginning with the 9 of Cups, it's a card that speaks of what's the minor arcana version of the star card, right? It's the Wish Upon a Star card. So it's you can see that the woman here, she's blowing the fluff of off of the dandelion out into the universe. So it's a card that speaks of setting your intentions. It's a card that speaks of wishing for something to happen, but then also having remaining positive and having the belief that those things will actually come to fruition, right? That the wishes will be granted, that these things will actually happen. And with it being from the suit of Cups, Cups is, is water energy. So it deals with our emotions, our feelings, and it's also how our emotions sort of influence our behavior, influence, us as we move through life. So it can be, with it sitting at the center here, there can be something that, in the month of September, you are wishing to happen. For others, this could be something actually, wish fulfillment coming in the month of September. So whatever you have been wishing for, this could be happening now. And it could have to do with leaving. If this is, obviously it's going to play out differently. If this is a relationship, this could be leaving one particular relationship in search of, something different, something that is going to bring you more or greater happiness. If this is within the workplace, this could be, you leaving one job, going off in search of another, right? So wish fulfillment in the sense that you're leaving behind something and going off, in search of something else is going to be more in line with what you, are looking for right now. in your life. The Six of Swords is a card of, it generally speaks of movement, right? Transitioning out of one thing into something else. And it's usually to do with, leaving behind kind of choppy waters or a difficult situation, and then, transitioning into something else. So it's all about the journey ahead, what's coming up in front, of this woman. You can see that she's just decided to drop the swords and head into, or go towards this new beginning here. And, the Suit of Swords, and you do actually have, let's see, you have 4 Swords card in your reading, two Pentacles, 1 Wands, and 3 Major Arcanas. So more heavily weighted towards swords and major arcanas. And obviously with the major arcanas, these are significant, very powerful messages. And then with the swords, the Suit of Swords, it deals with our thoughts. It has to do with, it's the suit of the intellect, of the mind. It's where we come up with our ideas, and also communication, right? How we communicate those thoughts and ideas to other people. And so here, there could be, it could be an actual physical movement, moving away from something. And for others, this can just be mentally, mentally leaving behind a difficult situation, leaving behind negative thoughts, leaving behind, all of that sort of baggage, and then heading into, something that is calmer, it's better, it's a transitioning, right? A transitioning card here. Now, with in the deep past, right, in the foundation, we have the 8 of Swords. And the 8 of Swords is a card that you can see the woman on the card here, it looks as though she's entrapped. It looks as though she's imprisoned, right? She has a blindfold on. She's tied up. She has all of the swords surrounding her here. But what it really is, again, with it being the suit of the mind, it's that card of thinking, or feeling as though you are restricted, or feeling helpless, or bound to a particular situation, job, person, relationship, however it translates into your particular life. But in actuality, it is just our thoughts, right? And so it's sort of this negative thinking, negative thought pattern here. And then not, all she has to do is, you can see that with the blindfold, she could quite easily, get the blindfold off, wriggle out of the rest of the ties here, move, between the swords and get out of it. So it's a card that, there's a need for some type of freedom from possibly even, these self-imposed restrictions. So, and it does sit in the deep past. So there could have been, some type of movement, which, there was a reduction here. You have in the 8 of Swords in the foundation, and then 6 of Swords sitting in the center. So there's a lightening of the load, a releasing here. You're finally moving out of whatever you felt as though you were, you're trapped in. You're now sort of free to continue transitioning, right? You're free to move on and get out of whatever that was. Now, you have in the recent past and the near future, I will show you both of them together because you have the King and Queen of Swords. So could be a couple, right? This could be getting a couple of different messages. It could be a couple coming in, to help you this month. Even though one is sort of sitting in the near past, this could have already, this person could have already helped you. For others, with the Queen coming in still, this could be one that you've already met, another one coming in. But the King and Queen of Swords, they are, as the King and Queen, they have really mastered the suit of swords, right? So if these are people who have, they're very straightforward, they're very intellectual, very good at using their words to get their points across. They're very good at, communicating, they're very good at cutting through, if there's a situation or a problem to be resolved, they're good at figuring those things out. They're very direct, right? They're usually sort of these honest, trustworthy individuals. They can also well, can be people who work with, sort of knives. So this could be, like a surgeon or doctor, somebody like that. They can also be somebody in the military, but usually older air signs. So Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Now, if these are not people, with the King of Swords sitting in the recent past, you might have taken on the energy of this King of Swords, right, to handle a situation, to possibly, that was this movement out of the Eight of Swords mentality, because the King of Swords, he's good at using his intellect. He's quite decisive, so he sort of cuts through everything. He's quite direct, quite decisive, quite truthful as well. So you might have taken on the energy of this King of Swords in dealing with a possibly a difficult situation, to move yourself out of that situation. He's also sitting across from the Queen of Swords. So in the near future, if this is not a person, this could be you, just very very direct. Sometimes she has kind of this negative reputation, I guess, of being too direct. Her words can be too cutting. Sometimes she's like that bitter, the divorced woman, sort of always on her own, and very so she can come across as being a little too forceful even, or direct. And she's ready for battle. I mean, you see she has her sword drawn here, but she's more than that. She's very fair, she's very wise, she's very honest. And she ultimately, she prefers civility over conflict, over tension, over, so she will always turn to her intellect and her words to diffuse a problem, a situation, right? She doesn't like to go to battle. If she has to, she will, right? She does have the swords drawn, but she's more about, reasoning and speaking and using her words to resolve a situation. Now, crowning your reading, the message from your higher self, you have the Seven of Pentacles. And this is a card of, the Suit of Pentacles deals with the material things here in the earthly realm, such as, the work that we do, our resources. It's financial, sort of prosperity. It has to do with our homes, our families, education, knowledge. And the Seven of Pentacles, it's a card of feeling good about what you've achieved so far. You can see that the woman here, she has, the Seven Pentacles, so she's obviously put in a lot of hard work, right? She's already seeing the fruit of her hard labor. She has a basket full of fruit here, so, she's proud of herself for what she has achieved so far, but she's also, stopping and thinking about, okay, and ultimately, for me to get to where I want to go, and this is going to be different for everybody, for example, if this is, your goal, your end goal, your Ten of Pentacles would be to save up to buy a house. So she's now reevaluating and thinking, okay, I've managed to set aside, $500 in order for me to buy a house, to put as a down payment. What else do I need to do? If I keep putting the same amount of money aside, will I ultimately get there? Do I need to save more, right? If this is within sort of the work sector, it's you feeling good about, where you are right now, the money that you're earning, the position that you hold. But also, thinking, okay, what is my Ten of Pentacles? What would that be within the workplace? That would be me getting that promotion that I really wanted, or that would be me starting up my own business. So, in order to reach that end goal, if I keep doing what I have been doing, will I get there? Or do I need to do something different? So it's a card of reevaluation of feeling good about what you have done so far, but then reevaluating. And then with this Queen of Swords coming in the near future, could be, sort of cutting some things out, right? She's very good at sort of cutting through the BS, possibly cutting things out, or just, coming up with, a plan, coming up with, if there is something different that you need to do here, she's good at figuring that out. Now, you appear as the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands it's a kind of sort of a defensive energy, because it's nearly the 10. We know that 10s in the tarot are endings, right? And you actually have 2 9s. You have the 9 of Cups in the center, and then you have the, the 9 of Wands over here. And so, they can be either endings or sort of culminations. Obviously, the 10 of Cups is the, it's the ultimate happiness card. So it's the ultimate sort of happy home, family, happily ever after card. So with the 9 of Cups, it's wish fulfillment. It's like you're nearly there, but what else do you need to do to get there? Same thing, 9 of Wands, you're nearly at the end of a particular cycle. With this being the suit of Wands, it deals with the day-to-day matters in life. It can also have to do with the work that we do, creative projects, endeavors, and then our own, creativity and drive, ambition, passion for doing those things. So with the 9, it's like you can almost see the end. You're nearly at the end of a particular cycle or phase. This could have to do with you choosing to move on, you choosing to, move into a different job, for example. So you're nearly there. And it looks as though this woman is just kind of taking time out, right? Just sort of sitting there and resting. And yes, she's resting, but she's also, she's holding her wand, she's poised, she's ready to defend herself. And she's also considering, next steps. So she's all about, moving forward, but doing so very cautiously, right? Sort of thinking about the next step. So you might be, planning, and you might be thinking about, how to get where you're trying to get, but there might be a need to, or you might feel as though, sometimes the 9 of Wands appears when it's like there's one last obstacle that you have to face. There's one last hurdle that you have to jump over, so it's like, oh, now what? I was nearly there, and then I still have to do this one last thing. So it's kind of like sometimes this last thing appears that you have to, get over, but you will. I mean, you're nearly there. You're nearly at the 10 of Wands with this card. But you might need to sort of stop, proceed, but proceed with caution, right? And it's obviously better to be cautious than to be caught off guard. So, you're planning here. And what's surrounding you in your environment is the Page of Pentacles. And pages, yes, it could be an actual person, right, playing a significant role. If so, this would typically be more of a younger earth sign individual, because it's very young, immature energy with the page. Could even be a child, could be somebody in their early 20s or a teenager. But I usually view the pages more as, they are messengers. So they bring in news of things. And with this having to do with Pentacles, this could be news of a new job coming in, news of, something related to your finances. This particular page, again, there's this sort of, she's sitting there, right? She's sitting, resting up in the tree, but she is very much about manifestation of dreams, reaching a goal, success. And so with this, wish fulfillment at the center of the reading, this wish could definitely have something to do with a new job offer or a new way to make money. If this isn't a brand new job offer, this might be a new endeavor, right? Just something that you could do on the side to get some extra money on the side. And I think what you're hoping for, your 2 last cards here, in your hopes and fears, you have Major Arcana number 13, Death. And the outbound energy for the month is Major Arcana number 14. So you have 13 and 14. And that's Temperance. So, with the Death card, I think you're hoping for some type of ending, right? And the Death is a significant ending to, a particularly long chapter in our life. So again, with this, going back to you with the 9 of Wands, I feel that there's something that you've been working there for quite a while. You've been, it's been good while it's lasted type of thing, but now, you're hoping for this ending and new beginning. You're hoping for this new opportunity, this news of a new job, right? This new endeavor, this new project. That's what you're hoping for. And the Death card, without the ending, the significant ending, there can be no new beginning. So you're hoping for this new beginning. But again, this with the Temperance card coming in as the outbound energy, there might be a delay going back to this Nine of Wands, kind of like, one last thing, if this is a new, like a startup business, there might be one last document that you forgot about that you need to do, or there might be, if you are starting work at a new company, maybe they had you sign the contract, but then there was like one last thing that they forgot to do before you can start. So there might be some type of delay, but don't worry, the delay it's divine timing, divine orchestration at play with the Temperance card. The Temperance card also speaks of balance, everything in moderation. So maybe balancing, maybe this new opportunity will balance or allow you to balance out different areas of your life. And, just sort of go, whatever you're going into, do so with this very moderate, very tempered approach, right? Everything in moderation. So this is balancing out your home life with your work life, balancing the different areas of your life, possibly some type of delay with the new start, this new beginning, but, a necessary one. And the overall energy is Major Arcana number 5, the Hierophant. And this card, it speaks of order, of ceremonies, of traditions. This is the overall energy, sort of the guiding energy for the month. It can have to do with, dealing with large institutions such as the government, dealing with courts, lawyers, judges. Can be like institutions such as religious institutions. Obviously, the Hierophant is this religious figure, so dealing with, the large formal religious institution, dealing with at universities, schools. It can also be seeking out counsel, so maybe to, for these new beginnings, if there is a new job offer, if you are starting up your own business, or, you might be seeking some type of financial counseling, right, advice, or legal counseling advice. But whatever it is, it's just, you're being asked to, sorry, card's falling down. You're being asked to approach everything, in this very methodical, very cautious, way, doing things by the book. The Hierophant is very much about, law and order, following, doing things, in a very organized manner. So whatever you're dealing with, do try to approach it, very sort of in this very ordered manner. There's a reason for the Hierophant showing up there as the overall energy for the month. Now, you have as your oracle cards, New Love, and it says, embrace the new opportunity of love that is here. This may pertain to work opportunities or spiritual growth. And I definitely think this ties in with your Page of Pentacles, right? Or this wish fulfillment, this ending and new beginnings. It could be, for some of you, there could be, a relationship here, but for others, this could definitely be a new job opportunity, a new, way to make money even. Excuse me. And then surrendering to the journey, release control. And interesting, because we have this person here in this in the small boat, and usually the Six of Swords. In this deck, it's quite different. It doesn't show it the same way, but usually the Six of Swords in the traditional tarot, it has a woman, and she's sitting with her back turned, and she's being, led away, or she's sailing away out of choppy waters into calmer waters. So for some of you, there could be something to do, again, with this, traveling by boat or across water or near to water, or something, this opportunity could have to do with overseas or news coming in from overseas. Let me read you. I like to read the full description of the cards from the guidebook for the oracle cards. So we have New Love. Everything has a reason. Get ready, as someone special is now in your life. If you are in a relationship, there is a burst of new energy coming into this partnership. This could also mean new energy in a place of employment or a great opportunity that is coming your way. Definitely. And the surrendering to the journey card says, it's time to let go. All is well. The Creator is at your side. You don't have to do it alone. Your life is guided. This is not the time to try to control the details of your life. Let it flow. There are times to hold on, but this is the time to completely surrender. Surrender to the greater forces of the universe. Let go of wanting to control your future. Simply turn your challenges over to your spiritual source. The Creator will escort you on your journey. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, surrendering is not giving up. You are not yielding to a force outside yourself. You are opening to your soul. By releasing hold, you allow the creative forces of the universe to spiral through you, which brings inspiration and direction into your life. Sometimes the journey goes a different way than expected. When it does, don't resist. There are times you can see the path, but you don't know where it leads. Not knowing where you are going can activate inspiration, insight, and creative juices. You cannot discover new oceans and distant vistas until you have the courage to let go of the shore. You don't have to do it all yourself. Support is all around you. Simply open your heart and allow it in. And it's interesting because it's saying, about this distant shores and what I was saying with the Six of Swords here that can lead to this, this moving away that can lead to the wish fulfillment. And then it says help is all around you. And you have this King and Queen of Swords on either side of you. So there could be, these two figures. If it's not an air sign, these could be people who have air in their chart, if it's not their sun sign. But, they could be significant figures coming in to help you this month. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you for joining me. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful month of September. Bye for now.